and it is Monday. You've just seen the starting up of the mill, and the trailer is now full. And this is our first load of lupins as well. So we've got, this is half lupins, half beans on the protein side of things. Obviously there's barley in there as well. Let's see if I can get this to go. Yes. There we go. That bit don't work. Yeah, so this was our first load with the lupins in as protein. So we have got, there's like 1.5 tons of lupins in here. And then there is the beans added, which would normally be 4 tons, but there's 2 tons something. So it should all equate out at roughly the same protein. It's kind of an inexact science, because obviously trying to load small amounts of things is not very easy with the system we've got, because I don't know the weights until it's actually in the mixer, and even then it's not massively accurate. It's mostly accurate. Hang on. Try and make that one a bit easier. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so got that done, got that run off this morning. The lupins actually milk quite nicely. They're slow, but they go through fairly well. There's no kind that I was expecting them to struggle to mill or something like that, but they didn't. So that was kind of reassuring. Right, so I'm going to get this off and weighed. There's should be about 12 ton in here. Hang on, let's move that shovel before I lose the shovel as well. Yeah, so get this weighed and then brought back down here. I've actually got to be semi-presentable later, which obviously looking at the state of me now is that's going to be a tough job. Yeah, I've got a meeting to go to at the school for something. I don't really know what it's going to be, but I've been asked to attend. So don't worry, I'm not in trouble, and none of my kids are in trouble. So yeah, I've just got to go down there, and I generally can't turn up like this. So gonna have to get a little bit kind of freshened up and look a bit smarter. I've got barley in my hair, so I probably need to wash that as well. Don't like having to get dressed up halfway through a day. So going to head and go sort that. This week, what have we got on this week? I don't know about tomorrow. Wednesday is something to do with school, which is a pain in the neck. So the kids are actually going to be off school. No, sorry, Thursday is the thing for the school. So I might be off work on Thursday, which is less than ideal, because I've got a lot to do at this time of year with this lot and just sorting things out in general. And Friday, back on gardens. So I think the temperatures are supposed to really drop off towards Friday. So this is the easterlies. It's not a beast from the east. You know, I was watching something about the temperature difference from 2018 when we did have the beast from the east, and it's phenomenal, the difference. I remember that. The place I used to work at, the fountain froze. That was well cool. So this time the winds are kind of coming in from a bit more of a southerly direction across Europe, not onto us. They are coming straight easterly to us, but the winds are coming up from the likes of Turkey and that kind of area. So they're coming up over a bit warmer, whereas last time with the beast for the east, they were coming straight from Siberia. So there is a chance that later in this week it does change and we get more of a Scandinavian, but Scandinavia is not as cold as it was back then. So we will see. Yeah, so it's going to be dry. That's good for kind of getting on with stuff and not having to fight with the weather for once. And it's just chilly, which as my mum said, shorts in February. Yeah, shorts in February. Proud of me, aren't you, Mum? have to put it further out though. Tell you what, angle you do it down so I can see what you're doing, so you can see what I'm doing. The monkey puzzle saga continues. So, voila, 2 pieces, 2 sticks of monkey puzzle. Look at the colours in that. Absolutely stunning. I definitely do think I want to mill it now. Obviously this is all just ivy on the outside of it, which won't take much to get off. I just needed to move it out of the front garden because it was sat there in the front garden, which is not the best place. So dumped them onto here. Just going to take a quick run down the road and back round into my yard, and then we'll dump it off there. It seems quite soft, does this stuff, so it'll be interesting to see how it does mill, but they fit quite well in the dump trailer, don't they? It's not too bad. So I have just had to shout at someone because I've just came, well, not shouted at them, I sent them a message, a very disapproving message. Just came to go get the trailer and there's a set of bloody fish and chip wrappers in it that someone had just chucked over the side. So it's like, nope, none of that. So I've just given someone what for that. You know, I spent far too long trying to keep this place tidy for someone to then go throw fish and chip wrappers in the trailer, which luckily I saw because someone's just borrowing this tomorrow, and how bad would that have looked? So yeah, one of the farmers who we provide feed to, I think, is wanting to move some muck, so he's borrowing this trailer. So yeah, I'm glad he didn't see the fish and, well, there was chips, cheese and gravy actually that was in it. So yeah, still got some more branches to move out there, that big pile there. I don't know how easily they're going to be to shift because the other piles are there. I might try and put them in the trailer, I don't know. They're a bit hard to pick up with the telehandler, particularly with a bent fork now, which I bent trying to pull the stump out. When I was pulling the stump out, it managed to quite decently bend the fork, which is not ideal. I have noticed when I did last week's video editing, sorry, let's put you back into the format there, but the microphone does make the audio sound a bit funny, so I did try it yesterday, I think, with it a bit lower down, because it might be that it's just too close and it's kind of in under my chin. That'll be alright. So yeah, don't know if that's going to sound any different or what I can do editing wise. I have just actually had a look and see about trying to buy a laptop or something which I can use for doing the editing on, as along with other things. And I was looking at this back marketplace. This is the next tree. Looks a lot bigger from here, doesn't it? Yeah, and so they're already reconditioned ones, so I might have a bit more of a look at that, because to be honest, I'm never going to make any money off the videos, so to go spend money to get a computer which I can edit videos on is a bit stupid, really, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know, I'll see. You know, computers are not cheap. They're a couple, well, even reconditioned, they're kind of 300 quid, which I could really do without spending. So I need to buy rotivators and toppers and all sorts of stuff rather than a computer for editing videos, which I'm never going to make any money off. So maybe that's a silly idea. So
we'll have another think about that. I'm just about to pull out onto the road, so someone's been down here cutting. That's fresh. Right, see you in a bit. Good afternoon. A bit of drain chasing is continuing here. So I've got more of my magic. It's not Iron Brew. Iron Brew shouldn't be that colour. Iron Brew is an interesting colour, but not that colour. I've put that in at the top where I think all the water's coming from, but this stream is still clear, whereas this stream most certainly has a green tint to it. So I know that I put the dye in right at the top of the property where water comes in off the road. So this definitely feeds from there, which we kind of knew because it goes down the side of the drive in a French drain. But then the other one, I thought, got its water from here somewhere. So I'm going to keep an eye on it because it might take a long time because it might be just getting groundwater, but there's a heck of a lot of water coming through to say it's groundwater. So I'm going to, whilst I'm waiting, I'm going to get these willow planted. So still no update on the green. It's decided that obviously that water is not coming from the same place as that one because that one's now gone back to clear again, which is obviously where the main flow is, but there's nothing on this stream just over here. So just behind me, you can see there's like a piece of landscaping fabric. That's basically what that is. And what I've done is I've took the edges in. So this is where the willow's going to get planted. And then once it grows, we're going to weave it in. So the willow that I have bought comes in little shoots. So these are all different colours. Each bundle is a different colour. These are bought from a company called West Wales Willow. Which is just the first place that I found which had them, which wasn't imported from outside the UK. So obviously they come up on Google. Oh, there's the email. Is that backwards? It is backwards, I think. Yeah, so lots of different colours here. So what I'm actually going to do is probably put a little bit of a zigzag in down it. The shoots want to be about 50 centimetres apart. So I'm going to try and plant in 2 or 3 colours in together, and I've got a little area over there. The middle bit is where a bridge is going to go because I've got this lovely opening in here, so we're going to build a bridge through into that, and then the willow on either side is going to kind of fill it in. Obviously there is the gristolinia there. You can see that this whole area in underneath these trees is gristolinia, which is what I'm cutting the path through. So we're very wet here. There's a lot of groundwater in over this whole area where the wheelbarrow is, and you can see it all where I'm standing. Yes, you did see that. I've got trousers on today because I am strimming. So yeah, needed trousers on for that. So the willow is going to help dry this area up. I've dug an intercept ditch across the top there, which is going to hopefully try and catch any surface water coming out at the bottom of this giant rhododendron here, and then bring that down into the stream behind me, rather than coming down the lawn. So we've managed to sort one really wet area out, which we did last week with the drain. We found a drain I didn't even know was there. Got the drain rods down there, cleared it out. 37 metres of drain rods out. So yeah, that was pretty insane. So I'm going to get these planted. What we're going to do is just use a handy tool. This is a chainsaw tool with, well, a strimmer tool. You don't generally use these on the chainsaw, but it's a nice thing to hold. Punch holes through the landscaping matting, and then we're just going to push in about a third of the way in with these little stems. So I'm going to have a workout of how many I've got and what colours I need to do. So I'll show you some of them when they're planted, and yeah, we'll go from there. There we are, have it, that's them planted. So you can see the little L shapes. So I'm going to go, well, and 2 little L shapes. Going to go either side of the bridge with a little bit and look to create in time an arch. So probably within 2 years, that'll be up and above and high enough to kind of join together. Really nice, really happy with how these have gone. So I'll show you. So up there you can see. And the plan is to eventually put wood chip on the matting here, I think, which will just kind of like keep it weighted down. It is dug in at the side, so that's a metre wide strip. And all I've done is just gone along the edges of it with a spade. There is pegs in the corners. Unfortunately, one bit did just tear there, so I might just have to put some tape over that. Yeah, within a couple of weeks we should start seeing them sprouting, because it's perfect time for them now. So that's going to create a really nice feature up here. I'm going to look to weave them together as well, so that should kind of tie in quite nicely, I think. Still no sign of the green dye, so my conclusion is this water is not coming from the same place as that water, which is really weird, because I put the dye in up that way on the drive, which is directly above this. Who knows? Pure guesswork. See you later. So sticking with the every day is a school day, I learnt the other day that the saying, freeze the balls off a brass monkey, where its origin was, which is pretty cool. So back in the age of sail, Napoleonic Wars and all that time, and prior and post, with galleons and ships of the line and frigates and cannon. Well, cannonballs were stored in little pyramids, and to stop them rolling away, they put them in a little thing which looks like what you'd set a pool table with, setting the pool balls or snooker balls with, and that was called a monkey. And they were quite often made of brass. Some were made of timber, but brass because it lasted. Well, when brass gets cold, it contracts, so what it would do is actually squeeze the cannonballs and they'd pop out. So hence the saying, cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey. I always thought it was something relating to brass primates or something like that, but nah. So every day is a school day, and it is chilly today, really cold. Plenty of layers on today, still wearing shorts. Silly bugger, aren't I? Absolutely silly. Anyway, I better get moving, otherwise I'm going to get cold. So we're finishing this week, sorry, covered in dust, exactly where we started it, in the milling shed. Just ran off another 3 ton of barley. So there we go, just barley on its own. Had a bit of a tidy up, moved the IBCs around. There's 2 of prop corn and 1 of molasses. So that's the sweet stuff. We've not added it for ages, so that's been sat there and it's just kind of been shuffled around. They were just there, just kind of trying to have a tidy up, and then these bags can come into this gap and just move them out of the way through. Part of the barley is getting a lot smaller. Look at that, still pretty big, but I think there's about 96 ton there now. The lupins milled really well. The first trailer full of those is gone. Obviously that was the trailer that was here. So we'll find out how that goes. The other trailer has arrived. You can't see it. It's just there. So that'll be straight away next week, Monday. Get that done. Yeah. It's been a bit of a funny week. Yesterday, as I said, was academic review day at school, so all the kids were off other than a 15-minute appointment for them to tell us how they're doing, which is about what they do when they come home from school. Anyway, a little bit of a waste of time, I think. Maybe it's useful for people who don't talk to the children, but generally if you have children, you should talk to them, as hard as it is. So yeah, that's kind of my thought. It wasn't really that useful. Yeah, ended up with a day off. Did a load of bits and pieces. Didn't get the stuff planted that I was wanting to get planted. So that's now going to have to get planted next week. That's the stuff that was in the polytunnel, so I will get that into the ground. I was planning to use child labour for that, but had to have a tap fixed at home. So I had to wait in for the plumber to come to fix that. And that ended up taking up all the time. So yeah, a little bit of all sorts. I'm actually going to go restart the video that I did for the
new series. So I've ordered the trays. They've arrived today. I am going to be ordering the seed probably this weekend, or at least the start of some of the seed. So I'll be putting that order in. So I want to do a little bit of a video whilst I'm ordering, because I think that's kind of an important stage. And like I said, I didn't like how it went. I've got the new microphones, so I'm going to give it a go, doing it better rather than me having to shout from a distance. But it's a chilly old day. I don't really want to be stood out in the field too long. So I'm going to disappear off. Thank you so much for likes, subscribes, and follows. It does mean an awful lot to us. 218 on YouTube, 900 and something on TikTok. That's insane. So just about to hit 1,000 subscribers on TikTok. So that, yeah, fantastic. And it's all down to you guys sharing things, watching things, liking things. I'll try and get some more drone footage in the coming weeks, depending on the weather, if it's not too windy. I've obviously got that new magnet mount, so you saw that when I had it on the telehandler, when I was doing the work in here. So that kind of gives you a bit of a view, and it'll be almost time to start getting the tripod back out and doing things in the field. Can't wait. See you later.